Tottenham gets better everywhere they go. Tottenham gets better everywhere they go. Everywhere they go. 3-point lane, 3-point lane. That's our second home away from home. 3-point lane. I said this thing last season. I'm saying it again. 3-point lane is our second home away from home in London. In London, it is. Yes, it is. It's true. And Cole Palmer, Cole Palmer with the cold Panenka told them to quiet down, calm down. This is our field. This is our field. 3-point lane is our field, guys. 3-point lane is our field. Welcome back to the Chelsea Godfather. It's the Chelsea Godfather reporting back to the duty. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel for regular Chelsea updates. Chelsea 4, Tottenham 3. Chelsea 4, Tottenham 3. Guys, this game did not let us down. I had a feeling. I always had a feeling this was going to be a war. There's going to be a war. Coach Angie, Tottenham's coach, kind of drew the line in the sand for their season. I said, this is where the Tottenham season is either going to rise or it's going to die on this day. And that's why he brought not one, but two of his injured center backs. He brought them back just for this game. That was a risky move, and the move did not pay off. The move didn't pay off. Those defenders were not ready to go. At least Romeo was never ready to go. He only lasted but like 12 minutes and he was done. He was done. Right? But hey, I'm getting ahead of myself because this game was full of action. And the action started like boom, boom, almost like last year. Almost like last year. Almost like the same game last year. The same game last year ended 4-1 Chelsea, with Spurs going down to 9 men. But in this game, Spurs had all their 11 men, and they had their best squad. They had their whole full complement of all their best players. They even brought the defenders back to make sure that they had their best 11 on the field. And boy, did they start on fire. Because Cucurella, who up until now has been one of our best players of the season, and fair play to him. It wasn't really his fault. It was more or less due to the fact that he had the wrong shoes on. I mean, I don't know whose fault it is for Cucurella not to make sure that he had the right shoes on a slippery pitch. Because literally what happened was he slipped not once but twice, and both slips cost us dearly. By the time I could warm up my morning coffee, we were already down 2-0. We're down 2-0. Now, in fairness to Cucurella, I felt that Lavia should have done better to defend our former academy boy, Dominic Solanke. He had him. He had the proper position on him, right? He had Solanke on his back, and I don't know what he did. He had lost sight of his man. When he was looking at the ball, he was ball watching. That's what happened. And Solanke went around him and just nicked the ball in. Beautiful goal. Beautiful goal for Spurs. I believe in the third or fourth or fifth minute. I mean, I haven't gone back to look at the details because this game went fast. They were up 1-0. I said, okay, all right, don't worry. There's still a lot of time. But before you knew it, it was like deja vu. Boom. Cucurella slipped again. Boom. Goal number 2. I'm trying to figure out, was it Kulusevski, I think, is the one who managed to squeeze the ball in. I mean, initially I thought that Sanchez could have done better. I might have been able to get a fingertip on it. But fair play to Kulusevski. It was a hell of a strike, and the strike was calling away from Sanchez, and that's why in spite of Sanchez's best effort, full length dive, he couldn't even get a fingertip on it. 2-0. 2-0 Spurs is up and flying. 3-point lane is jumping. Their fans lost their mind. They're throwing paperwork in the field. They're throwing all sorts of trash and whatnot. They're not letting our players kick the corner kick. They're just feel me, classless fans. Spurs are just classless. The entire fan base. Yes, I said it. I said it. I mean, I watched a lot of games in my life, but I rarely have seen this level of just classlessness in a game where the fans just kept throwing things and the referee kept warning them, and they just kept it coming. And there's only one way to respond. You cannot get angry. Respond on the field by banging in the goals. That's the only way, and that's what we did because we didn't have thankfully we didn't have to wait for too long. Jaden, Sancho. Man, thank you so much for, Sancho. Baller. Quality baller. And he's just getting, started. Because what happened was he destroyed whoever was, marking him, cut the ball into his, stronger right foot, and released a cannon of a strike that beat Ben Foster. 2-1. At this point in time, I feel like, okay, all right, the goals are going to begin to rein in. And in the first half, in fairness, we really should have been at least 2-2 by halftime. But Palmer somehow had missed to connect. After, I believe, Sancho and Enzo had, combined and led to Enzo's, cutback pass. Palmer, normally with his eyes closed, he would just use his left foot to just direct the cutback to the far corner. But he on this day he just missed. He totally missed the ball, which is crazy. Palmer never does that. Then he also had another shot from outside the box that was saved by a Foster. Neto tried to score the rebound, and I think Foster also made double save. And that took us into halftime. Now, before halftime, who was it? Kuliveski, I think it was, delivered a brutal elbow to Lavia, and for me that should have been a red card. But of course, then again, I'm sure the Spurs fans are going to remind us of the Caicedo tackle earlier in the first half that on any other day, in fairness to them, could have been a red card. So they had one that was denied, and we had one that was denied. Fair play, we're all even. Halftime is still 2-1 down. Chelsea down. At halftime, Maresca replaces Lavia with Gusto, right? Because we had basically had the exact same lineup that we used to destroy Aston Villa. The only difference being that Badashila played in center back as opposed to Wesley, Fofana. So with that change, I mean, because he made that change, and then what he did was he then inverted Cucurella not to midfield but to attacking midfield to 10, and that really made life miserable for Spurs. Spurs could barely get out of their own half. Eventually, a nice bit of play between Sancho and Caicedo led to a foul from Bissouma, who fouled Caicedo in the box. You already know, cold Palmer. He's so cold. Send it to the left side, to the keeper's right. 2-2. He told the Spurs fan, this is our field. 3-point lane is our home, away from home. Calm down. And then we didn't have to wait for too long. Palmer then found himself on the right wing, destroyed Dogie, and literally left him for dead. And he really tried, in fairness, he tried to take a shot. He tried to take a shot, it was blocked. But the block fell perfectly onto Enzo's left foot volley. It fell onto Enzo's path. It was a one-time left foot wicked volley, wicked, brilliant goal, 3-2. At that point in time, we have turned the game around. But we know Chelsea, we know our team. Because I was feeling like, okay, it's 3-2, but we might need an insurance goal just to be sure of the 3 points. And thankfully, we didn't have to wait too long because Pape Sarr, I don't know what he was thinking. He just went on ahead and bundled Palmer. Palmer wasn't going anywhere. He was trapped. He bundled him in the 18. He just held up the play. He just ran into his back and just brought him down in the box. It was clumsy. It was silly. And it was also a PK. And that led to Cole Palmer's most coldest PK you ever seen. Palmer score the Panenka chip right down the middle. And that was basically game, set, and match, 4-2. Obviously, this is Chelsea. I mean, we tend to, fall asleep from time to time. So there's still enough time. There was like 8 minutes of injury time. And Spurs ended up scoring and consolation third goal by way of a song. And so we won 4-3 away. We're only 4 points behind Liverpool. We are not in the title race. We're in the Chelsea race, guys. We're not in the title race yet. We're still racing our race. We're in our lane, racing our race, and that's just the way we're just going to do it. We're going to let Arsenal, we're going to let City chase Liverpool, and we're just going to do our own race and just chase whoever we are chasing. Our next game is I believe, at home against Brentford. Tough game. But guys, how do you feel about today's 3 points? Leave your comments below, like this video, and subscribe to my channel. God bless you guys. Peace.